Very good morning to one and all. Let's discuss a new remedy. The name of the remedy is Lamium album. It's a plant remedy. What is the common name of Lamium album? It's white dead nettle. White stands for purity. White stands for silence. White stands for something which is very, very, very smooth. Dead stands for something which is not active. So remember the words white and dead. Okay? Now, what kind of a personality is? Do you see this image, this GIF in the PowerPoint? It's of a goat. So, Lamium personality is a Bakra personality. Remember when we use the word Bakra to describe someone in our friends, someone in the class, someone in office, what kind of a personality will he be? Lamium is exactly like that, a Bakra personality. Remember the story? When we were small, our parents used to tell us the story of a child who used to go, he used to take the sheep for airing, and just because he was mischievous, he used to shout, "Wolf, wolf, wolf, please save me." The villagers used to come to help him, rush to save his life. But in the end, he used to have a laugh. "Oh, I fooled you." He kept doing this. And you know one day what happened? One day, the real wolf came. And one day, when the wolf came, he shouted, "Wolf, wolf, wolf, save me, save me, save me." And no one came to save him. This is how a lamium state becomes. People stop trusting him. People blame him. Lamium becomes like this boy. No one believes him. They just keep blaming him. See this photo. What do you see here? You see a professor who's shouting. He has a ruler in his hand. He's torturing the kids. Now, you know what is the background story for this? The kids had complained about this professor that we don't understand his teaching. And the principal had issued a warning to the professor, "You better improve your methods of teaching, otherwise, I'll remove you from the job." The professor has kept this thought in his mind, and now in every lecture when he goes in the class, he is constantly nagging the students. He is constantly torturing the students, he is constantly shouting at them. The students are in the lamium state. They are being blamed, but it was not a mistake of theirs. They just told that we don't understand. Can you change your method of teaching? But the professor did not understand that. So every person in your life who is like these students, being blamed, being tortured, without any mistake of theirs, a Bakra personality is a Lamium personality. Dead nettle. So Lamium closely resembles one of the other remedies in the same family called Urtica diocacea. Urtica dioica, stinging nettle. So, unlike stinging nettle, the leaves of Lamium album do not have those stinging hairs. So, that is why it is called dead nettle. Here, dead means harmless or inactive. So, dead means not stinging. Okay? Someone who's not at all harmful, someone who's totally inactive. Going back to the common name, white dead nettle. Are you getting an idea of the personality of Lamium till now? Let's move ahead. Lippe has a very wonderful word about Lamium. He says, whining mood, inclination to weep, feels as if abundant. What is the meaning of the word whine? Let us see that. So when you whine, you are complaining in a painful, annoying way. For example, your younger sister has got a smaller piece of cake and you have got a bigger piece of cake. Now she will complain in a very crying manner, Mom, big brother has got a bigger cake. Why am I not got the same size cake? I got a smaller cake. So, exactly. Crying and complaining is equal to whine. I repeat, crying and complaining together is whining. So complaining in a peevishly or annoying manner again and again and again. So three things come into mind. One is crying, second is complaining, and third is again and again and again. Okay. Allen's encyclopedia has beautifully described Lamium. You know what he says? He says, weeping mood, she felt as if she had been abandoned. The important word here is as if. She felt as if she had been abandoned. Now see the words I have written in red. Please read them carefully. They say, extraordinary sadness. He thought he had been blamed for reverses for which he was blameless and in consequence was obliged to suffer, though not without desire for work. This is the kingpin. This is the soul. This is the crux of Lamium. Now let's understand what does reverses mean. Reversal means setbacks, failures, or misfortunes, especially when they occur in an unexpected or disappointing way. For example, in life, losing a job or financial loss can be a personal failure. In war or sports, losing the battle or losing the game can be a reverse. Emotionally, when there is sudden change that brings sorrow, it can be a reverse. So let us see that symptom again. Now that you know that what is the meaning of the word reverse, let's read that symptom again. Extraordinary sadness. He thought he had been blamed for reverses, for which he was blameless and in consequence was obliged to suffer, though not without desire for work. Extraordinary sadness. Now let's break this symptom down so that we can understand and remember it for life to identify a Lamium patient. Extraordinary sadness. Total grief. Total grief है boss. He thought he had been blamed for reverses. Something bad has happened. There was a setback. He thought he had been blamed. He feels he's being blamed. But he feels he's blameless. In simple, I have not done anything wrong. Why am I being blamed? I repeat, I have not done anything wrong. Why am I being blamed? And in consequence, he is obliged to suffer. What is obliged to suffer? मेरे पे किसी ने मेहरबानी किया है, इसलिए मैं उसकी सुनता हूँ. Someone has done a favor for me. That's why I have to tolerate him. I have to listen to him. But at the same time, there is desire for work. So imagine a person in the office, imagine a person in school, college, imagine a person at home. Everyone is shouting at him. Everyone is behaving badly with him. But he feels that he's been blamed. But he's not done a mistake. And in spite of that, there is guilt. But at the same time, he does not stop working. In easy words, he felt deep and overwhelming sadness because he believed he was being blamed for failures or setbacks that were not his fault. Despite being innocent, he still suffered emotionally as if he were guilty. However, he still had some motivation or desire to work, even in this painful emotional state. This is Lamium. He feels blamed. He feels it is not his mistake. He feels guilty, but at the same time, he keeps on working because he is obliged. He thinks that you have done something good for me in the office, has done something good for me, the school or the college has done something good for me. He is loyal. This is Lamium personality. There are two feelings here, abundant and being blamed. Now, why does he feel abundant? He feels abundant because he is being blamed for no mistake of his. And people will leave him for committing mistakes. So there's a fear of being abundant also here. though there is no such rubric, but a feel is there of being abundant. Now, one more beautiful rubric. You will see this in patients, remember this. Thoughts persistent recur to his mind, expressions and words heard. Whatever people are saying around him, whatever he is hearing, those same thoughts are going on getting repeated in his mind. Thoughts persistent. What he's hearing, what he's seeing, those things are continuously going on in his mind. You know why? Because he feels that he's being blamed. So whenever a patient says that, doctor, जो मैं सुनता हूँ और जो मुझे दिखाई देता है, what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, those thoughts continuously keep on pestering my mind. Repetitively, you can give him the remedy Lamium after asking him that does he feel abundant, does he feel guilty, does he feel blamed. Then you can close your eyes and give the remedy Lamium. Now the singular rubric again, D.F. Allen, source. He says weeping abundant as if she has been. Three feelings: thoughts persistent, extraordinary sadness, and weeping abundant as if. Buck says dread of lunacy cannot get away from certain fixed ideas. He feels that there is fear of becoming insane. Now this is the rubric. Fear insane he will become. Why he feels that? Because the ideas in his mind are persistent. They are allowing him to work. The ideas can also be that when someone is blaming him, those same ideas are going on in his mind that why am I being blamed? Now here you see that this remedy is not in the rubric ailments from reproach. Why is this remedy not in the rubric? Let's explore the rubric ailments from reproach. In Lamium, there is no criticizing, because reproach means criticizing someone or expressing disapproval by pointing out their faults. Someone points out your mistakes and criticizes you and expresses their disapproval, that's reproach. The problems which arise after that is ailments from reproach. So in reproach, people are harassing you. No. In the reproach, people are only criticizing you. But in Lamium, people are not criticizing him. They are harassing him. Why I am saying harassing? Remember that professor was continuously shouting at the class. Thoughts persistent. People are continuously harassing him with constant reminder of previous mistake. Remember that wolf story? That boy was shouting wolf, wolf, wolf. That is why people in the village stopped believing him. So here he is getting harassed because of a constant reminder of a previous mistake. In reproach, the intent is moral disapproval, which is not the case in Lamium. In Lamium, it is pure guilt and injustice, but no shame. In Lamium, it is blamed. So here it focuses more on responsibility. So blaming is to be held responsible or a fault which can be right or wrong. It's more about accountability, accusation or judgment. The key emotion here, like I said, is injustice, guilt or defensiveness. Whereas in reproach, there is more of moral disapproval. Okay, so that is why this remedy is not in ailments from reproach. It is in blame. It is in being blamed. Thank you for listening. In the comment section, please tell me which remedy you want me to explain in the next video. Keep watching, keep learning. I'm Dr. Abhishek.